How's it going, ScrubGamers? Welcome back to another video here at ScrubGames, and today we're gonna go for something different, more of like an introduction to the channel as well as an update to what's gonna happen on 2024. So I think we did one of these a while back. I didn't do one. I think I did one. It's like 2022. I did it for, but I didn't do one for last year because I kind of forgot, and there wasn't really much change to what I was gonna do for 2023 than there was when I did the first one, I guess. But since considering like there's a new Dragon Ball Super card game out, and like it's kind of like seeing the decline of Masters due to its like just release, and people getting fed up with how Bandai treat for Masters, and, like how Masters has been run and how it's just evolved. I thought I'd do an update because there are some games I'm going to look to playing as well, not just Masters for this year, and just to give an update to anybody who's curious. And also we did finally hit 900 subscribers, so we didn't go to our goal like we wanted to. I were trying to for last year, trying to get to 1,000 before the end of the year, but we did manage to get to 900 recently, which is good. So now we're on that last little grind to 1,000. So you can help out by liking the video, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Mainly subscribing, and also click the notification bell. You get alerts to my channel, so you get the content. And I thought with this one, there'd be an introduction. You can kind of get a kind of idea of what we're going to be having and what we have, and what we will be having. So with the games we're going to play, so the first one, people know what it's going to be. It's going to be Masters. Like Masters is in a bit of a slump. We're at the point where we've done our, well, at least for Europe and for most parts of the world, except from America, we've done our finals. We know who our representative are going to be. Well, we hope to know what. Yeah, we do know what our representative is going to be because we've got that all sorted. There's like a clear idea of who could qualify, who would go. And then there was like, I know at EU they try to find out about if they can get someone that's not English speaking EU if they want it to go. Trying to, I don't know what was going on for that, but we know who was representing the regions that had their finals now, which is fantastic. And for the regions that have had their finals, there's nothing really going on now, just waiting for Worlds to come about, watch Worlds, see who wins, and then the new competitive season doesn't pick up until March, so it's not until March we really get the new season of Masters, the competitive season with like the events and regional stuff like that. So we're just waiting for that to come about. So it's kind of in down like a little bit of a quiet time, like a little quiet time, like peaceful time with Masters, which means like there's less like hype for playing competitively, like actually testing and stuff like that. We're just waiting for Worlds to go about, watch Worlds, see the Bandai Card Fest, and then wait for the competitive season. But then the only problem with this is that enthusiasm for the game and like hype for the game has kind of like died off a little bit. It's in a decline because of well, for one, the Fusion World announcement, considering how we had the digital client beta come out for Masters, like they had the hype about we were going to finally get a digital client for Masters. We had that, and then had the beta for people testing out, really enjoying it, looking forward to that. And then Bandai came about and said, actually, we basically, rather than give us some reasons why that they just couldn't be bothered with it, saying that it's too complicated, which is not really, and then saying that instead we're making a new Dragon Ball Super card game to jump on with Dragon Ball and the success of One Piece, and made Fusion World, which then at announcement when people were hyped for it, thinking it's going to be like some like good big news for Masters, is that to be a completely brand new card game that's getting a digital client instead of Masters. So all that hype for the beta and the digital client for Masters, and then being told we're not getting that and we got a new card game for Dragon Ball instead, that's going to be run alongside it but different, where the cards don't interact with each other. Kind of put people off of started when people just started dropping off the game, thinking they can't be bothered now with that announcement, and a new card game, thinking like the signal of a new card game is in line with like how the previous card games for Dragon Ball and every Bandai card games have been about. When a new card game's announced, the old one dies. And even though Bandai do plan, well, they said they plan to keep it going for Masters alongside Fusion World for at least 2024, there's just been a decline player being fed up with it, especially with how the deck's printed, like how the power creep is, how the format's been. It's just not been fun if you want to play casually. It's not been fun that fun competitively, and it's just not as interesting. We did have like some formats where you can, like we had like format where we had like black decks being the most popular color for a whole bit, things like that, like with some like this hype for new decks going about, like legacy support for things, but that's kind of died down. And considering that what happened with our EU finals as well, where we didn't get we barely got any of the prizes. We got a participation mat, and there are some of the winners stuff like the metal leaders, top cut mats, and that's it. Like literally, people that went to the EU finals, everybody got given their participation map. And then if you made top 16, you got some of the top 16 prizes being like the metal leaders and the mat, and especially top 32 mat. But everything else, like the packs and stuff, no one got that. We're still waiting for it, like over a month after we've had the finals. We still haven't had it. Word from Bandai, what's going on with it? Word from the team, what's going on? Like, been silent. Well, Raid and Trade is very terrible to begin with like communicating. You can message the people behind it, and you will not hear a response for ages. And even if you at everybody in the Discord, you'll still get a response to say DM even though they don't answer the DM. So yeah, still no notification about exactly what's going on. Apparently it's stuck in custom still after a month, and there's no update to players. Like, the communication is so bad, and it just feels bad to go to finals and you just walk back with a mat. That's it. So like those things in like at least in EU, as well as like just the game not being interesting, it's just in the decline. Like, a lot of people are just dropping off, or just less inclined to want to play. Like me myself, I'm kind of put off of playing it casually, because even after selling my collection back before the Fusion World announcement, like without that to be able to play almost anything I wanted for webcam locals, I've just kind of been put off of casually. So casually playing Masters, I'm not as interested. But I will still be playing Masters competitively until Bandai actually confirm they're going to stop, like basically discontinue the game. And so yeah, there will be more. I'll still be doing Master stuff, so don't worry about that. It'll just be more competitive than it will be a lot less, like probably a lot less casual. But as we said, we're also playing different games, other games in 2024, as well as some new games we're gonna pick up. So the other one is next one is Fusion World. Fusion World is essentially Dragon Ball Supercard game Masters, but with the little thing of it's more simplistic. So it's a bit more simplistic, similar to One Piece in terms of there's no like really complicated mechanics or rulings or anything like that. It's very simple how the card plays. Like, the text is quite like simplistic, like how Masters used to be back when it first started, and it is essentially Masters when the game started. The only difference being no counters, which doesn't even make a difference, because if anybody is watching is like played back in when Masters first came out, and when we had the first few sets, there wasn't really many counters. Like, I think you had Cold Bloodlust for the counterplay that yellow decks used, but then the yellow was mainly Ginyu up until we like Mecha and stuff like that. So Cold Bloodlust wasn't a thing, because the other two Frieza leads weren't really used in set one, but you have Ginyu, which used it, which was pretty decent, and then Mecha when it came out, which wasn't until I think set 3 or 4, and then like a draft box. And then you had Whis' Coercion, which you could use in any deck, because you splash him a bit of blue with like the Boo and the Bean and stuff like that. That was just a one negate, and that was it. And there weren't many ever negates after that. There wasn't many counters people used in the first beginning of the game, so that's basically how Masters feels. Like, there's no counters, so you don't have to. You can block attacks, but you can't negate attacks. So attack has to go where you have to add. You actually have interaction, which is fantastic. And there's still some strong effects. Like, nothing feels, so far from what we've seen, nothing feels like overly busted. No color seems dominant. Just all colors seem good, and every color has their strength against certain colors and weakness against other colors. So like, Fusion World could be a fun game, and it also comes with digital client, so I'll be streaming a lot of that when we have the beta coming up soon, so I'll be hopefully streaming that, so look out for that. And also when the digital client eventually drops, which we're still not sure when it does, if it actually will drop with the actual drop of the physical guide game or not, then I will be streaming like that, and I will be playing this as a physical guide game as well, because I was really originally, when they first announced it, said about it over the like month after we saw the announcement about Fusion World, I was gonna play Fusion World just digitally, just play the client, and then just keep playing Masters. But yeah, Fusion World is just something I can stream and play online without investing in it. But after playing it and doing a bit of testing just to see how it is, considering that like Masters isn't being that great to play, I've actually been really enjoying it. Like, with each reveal, like just adding new cards to test out things, testing all different colours to see which was more fun, which one I feel like playing. And the game is just a lot of fun, so I will be picking up both physically and digitally for a Fusion World, and we'll have content for that on the channel, as we already have. Then the last card game that we're going to be playing in 2024 is Star Wars Unlimited. Now this is a new one that when we went to the expo in, they had it at the expo where we went for the, like the really, what's it, the OP event? The OP like unofficial one where then apparently they couldn't get in because they didn't get enough support from Bandai, even though it was a Bandai official event. It was a their personal event, their own personalized run event, not an official event, so kind of used the bullshit about they couldn't get in because they didn't get sent enough prizes, even though it wasn't official. So, but they had this at the end, and I managed to test it in demo because I wasn't really at the time interested in playing a new card game that wasn't Masters. Wasn't as interested, but then after actually getting shown how to play it, like, it's actually incredibly good. Like, it's got so different ways, like it's a different way to play. It's great mechanics as well. It's got the same kind of charge system as Masters and Fusion World, where you charge from your hand, you charge energy as resources every turn, but you draw 2 at the beginning of your turn just to like compensate that you're not like negging a card and stuff. And instead of like normal games where you have your turn, your opponent like you take turns, so your opponent has their turn, and then you pass to yours, vice versa. In this game, you share a turn where you just basically take turns taking actions, which is quite cool, which adds a bit more like not simplicity, but intrigue, and also like a skill into like how you're gonna do, like what you're gonna play, when you're gonna play. Are you gonna do you want to take an action? Do you want to pass? See if your opponent takes an action and then wait for them to do something specific, and then counter it after that. It seems really good, and also it's not just one arena. There's 2 arenas, so you can't just be dominant in like the ground arena, because then you can get like taken out in and be vulnerable in the space arena. I think it looks to be a very, very fun and skillful game, and quite interesting with deck building and playing as well. So I'm really hyped for that. And Star Wars isn't that bad IP. It's quite a nice IP. There's some guy, like everybody's got a character like loving Star Wars if they like it at least a little bit. And after like testing a little bit, I'm just love testing and looking forward to playing that, because Fusion World drops in February. So in February I have more in-person content and stuff like that. For February, like reveals a lot more when the game drops. And same with Star Wars. So far we've got it, and I'll be looking to go into that. Not only that, but we also have some information what exactly we want to do for content. So we're going to be dropping discussion videos, we're going to be streaming, and also dropping gameplay videos as well, so we'll be doing a bit more streaming. Just need to get my overlays and stuff sorted for that. And we'll be trying, once we can, on YouTube, streaming on YouTube instead of Twitch. I'll be going on Twitch until I can do it on YouTube, so I don't think I can at the moment. And also we will be running leagues and locals. We won't be running locals for Masters because the Outlook have taken over for Fridays, and I'm not available on Fridays like I used to be. But I will be running leagues for Dragon Ball as well as the other games, and we'll also be doing deck profiles as well. So we'll be doing discussion videos for all these 3 different games. We'll be doing streaming from all of them as well when available, like depending on how I feel, like on certain days when I stream, I'll be streaming some of it. And also we'll be doing a lot of gameplay videos for each of them as I play each game, recording the games just to help people watch, basically learn from them as well, like we do normally. We'll also be running leagues for all of them as well. People interesting, because leagues are quite fun, like to try something different. We're also different people like to just enjoy playing the game, and even some more fun like kind of rules for certain things like Top Cut, like we've done for the Masters one. And I'll be running locals like I've been trying to do for Fusion World of Star Wars. So we'll be doing Star Wars on Mondays, and we'll do Fusion World on Wednesdays, and then you've got the Masters one further with the Lookout on Fridays. And for Fusion World, as soon as the digital client comes out, so once the digital client drops for Fusion World, and as long as it's got a way to find, like specifically find certain people, like match up to people you want to play, like add people as friend and match up to them, as long as you can play, like not like just play against people randomly, but also like find people to play against them, we'll do locals via digital client, because then it avoids any issue for like needing a judge, because everything's automated, and also you basically still play with everything being automated, which is a lot more enjoyable. So as soon as the digital client drops for Fusion World, and it's assuming you can find people and play it, so like you can find who your opponent is, and arrange a game with them, we'll be doing the locals with the digital client. And we'll still be doing deck profiles, because each game has different deck stuff, and you've got some fun ones, some interesting ones. We'll be doing deck profiles, so I've already got some deck profiles kind of lined up for Fusion World, and a little bit for Star Wars, so look out for that. And that's what the aim of the game is for 2024. So, because Bandai have confirmed that they will be like supporting Master System until 24, so we'll go wait until 25, see what things are for this. But for the other two, we'll be playing them and enjoying them. So that is it from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.